Okay. Quiet time. I need to do my pretentious opening monologue before we start the episode. What does it truly mean to wield power? If you possessed the innate capacity to break anyone who opposed you under your fist, and nobody could stand against your might, would you actually use that power responsibly? Would you be able to stop such power from warping your sense of morality and justice? Power provides a degree of control over your fate that a lack of it doesn't, after all. This was a question that the Hyuen nation of Astore never had to contend with asking itself until a century ago. In the blackened ruins of the Dragon's Last Stand, the combined might of the Aeshi, Trelin, Urdon, and Khisha finally brought the terrifying force of the Hyuen armies to their knees, forcing them to reevaluate their place in the world going forward. This is how the Paladin Order eventually came to be formed, guiding Astore towards a more peaceful future. But this evening's story isn't about the Paladin Order. It's about the centuries of darkness and unchecked power that came before it, in the place where it all began. As today's chapter opens, we turn our attention towards Alexander Doteska. Hope I pronounced that right. The Urdon artificer that has traveled alongside our party on their journey to the Tomb of the Titan. He sits alone, reading a poem aloud from a bunch of crumpled papers clasped tightly between his wrinkled hands.
I dreamed a dream. Time's gone by. Hope was high. Life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that the gods forever. I dreamed gods would be forgiving.
Perfect. Okay,
I was gonna say, if you know Les Mis and I dreamed a dream.
It's a variation on Les Mis. This actually occurred because Cherry was reading the poem to us in Discord, and I thought it would actually be a really opening monologue to the episode. Feel free to. Okay, so Cherry's sitting down on the rock as we're getting ready to enter the tomb and see what lies beneath. And Alexander has just decided to read this to themselves on their own, while you guys are just doing your own thing. So I will allow you to respond to this as you wish. When Teshi is done taking her 500 notes.
Did we hear Alex read this?
I was
You, of
gonna
course,
say,
yeah.
how close are we to him? Like, would we actually hear
That is
him?
entirely up to you. Like, you're.
Well, I'm still shaking off some damage from the end of the last episode when I literally was like, "No, I insist, we're coming in." For those recap, there was a barrier. I got knocked back, and the answer was normal people, non-paladins would be like, that might be a barrier we shouldn't overcome. But luckily, I've got a destiny. So we put the shield down, charged through, and ready to go. As a side note, my ears are ringing, and I see and can taste color now for a little while.
Worked though.
So red is really good, but I'm very partial to green.
Mhm.
Green.
What about purple? How is purple?
Purple's fine. Purple's a good color. Little subtle,
good
little subtle
dose
flavor.
of Miros in the morning, yeah.
Ugh.
A dash of Asthma, while they're at it.
clanging around in there. Ugh.
You too?
I'm pretty sure I'm with Nim because I remember being next to Nim at the end, so I'm making sure
I
Nim
was
is
gonna
okay.
say, I'm pretty sure like we were kind of grouped together, and that Alex is off a little bit away from us because we didn't see him actually stroking the ring.
Okay.
Oh. So we're through there. We're like, the barrier's not there. Like, all right, Lottie, Teshula, we're through. Oh, we don't have to do that one again. Like, I'm just be honest, I'm hard headed, but I don't think I'm that hard headed. Ugh.
I am
Alex.
spending my. Sorry, go ahead.
Alex, hey, looking over.
Oh.
Come join us.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, I hope you're feeling much better, given that brave, reckless, but very impressive and brave ever you just did. Of course. And he hurriedly puts away his scrambled notebook, and he gets up, dusts himself off. He sat on the deserty parked ground, and he strolls towards the party.
You know what, Alex? Do you know what the scribes used to tell us at the academy? The difference between being remembered as a hero and being remembered as a legend is if you can have a drink afterwards. And I think I'm gonna have I'll have a drink. I think I'll calm down. I'm not joining the glorious dead today.
Well, so I'm not too familiar with their sayings. I can certainly vouch for a drink or two. I mean, there is always an appropriate time for such a delicious beverage.
I
think after
completely
last
disagree.
Time, I'm not gonna touch it for a while.
Please, in the future, never allow me to take any alcohol ever. As you guys are.
I'll just have yours.
It was fun for
we'll
us.
take yours. You get milk.
As you folks are sitting around talking, the Trelin is just slightly off to the side, taking photographs of all of you gathered together on their cool little photo capturing device, probably to put in the Trelin Direct in the future. And he hops up to you as he just chatter away and talk, and just sits down beside you. He's not much of a talker, just happy, busy away taking the photos. And before we do actually consider going in and figuring out how to get inside and explore this place, I do know that Chiri has a few little inventions that they would like to share with the party. I keep saying Chiri. I need to say your character name. That Alexander would like to share with the party. Due to our time frame, you don't have to spend the 6-7 hours making these. We can reduce it to an hour just this one time. But feel free to show your little gadgets off to your party that you can make for them.
So, as you know, Alexander is an artificer, and he's also a merchant of some renown, and those two often go together when it comes to acquiring and creating certain items of power or pragmatic use. one such item that Alexander can craft for you within his skill is what's known as the wheels of swiftness. So they are 1 kinesis plus 2 scrap, and they are DC 15. They add kinetically charged wheels to any footwear, increases movement per turn by 10 feet in combat. Now, that's mounted speed outside of combat. You cannot jump or climb while equipped, though. And secondly, the second option is the Gauntlet of Power.
No,
So,
call it what
this
it's
is
really
DC.
called. Call it what it's really called.
It's the Power Glove. Please
It's the
don't sue
Power
us,
Glove.
Nintendo.
Thank you.
Glove.
It's the Power Glove. It's so cool. It's what every kid wants. DC 15. Create
It's
a
so
pair of
bad.
ugly kinetically infused gloves that can lift any object up to twice your own body weight. And there are, so just quickly reiterate, the other 3 items mentioned words, are they back?
No, they're
in
small little
my-
things, so you can pretty much be carrying them on your person.
Okay, so the 3 other items that, as a dealer of goodies, of perhaps law forbidden items, artifacts of fairies' power. So, firstly, there is the Cube of Force, which allows extra exertion of force onto other objects, be this pushing, pulling, jumping, etc. However, it only has 3 charges max. There is no refreshments. Once the charges are done, it's done. And the same for the other 2 items. There is the Amulet, which enables an increase of existing light source to be dimmer or brighter by a significant degree. 3 charges. And last but not least is the Opaque Diamond, which lets the party see 10 feet through solid objects. This only has 2 charges. So, Alexander, he shares the resources and the awareness of what he has in his inventory, because knowing what we all do about the forthcoming likely perilous dungeon be most beneficial for all of our sakes and for survival, that he shares whatever aid and assistance he can.
So those are
So,
those. So you have these 3 small trinkets on you, and we have the option of having one of the 2 bigger ones.
Yeah, one of the 2 other ones can be
Yes.
made as an artificer.
All right. Teshi or Teshula, Lottie, words. What do you guys think?
Heshlin.
I mean, is it
Teshlin.
Oh,
Teshi works fine, though.
Name I put on Twitter.
yeah, that's I remember that.
We
Teshlin, I'm
basically,
terrible.
Teshula was her vampire
Halloween?
Halloween name. Yeah.
Countess Teshula.
As a general
I mean-
rule, we all basically are just using our names. Teshi,
Yeah,
Lottie, Nim.
well,
So
trying.
yeah, Teshula's great though.
You can
Count
just say
Teshula.
Tesh
Yeah. Okay.
also, because
Okay.
technically speaking, Teshlin would go by Tesh and not Teshi.
Yeah. Okay.
I will
Technically
my best
speaking.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
there is a
Anyway.
limitation. You are only allowed 2 items. You cannot have them all.
Okay. You got to make a living.
Oh yeah, of course.
Can't give away your best shit. So, what would you guys like to do?
Well, which name pronunciations aside, what do you guys think we should use? I'd say I'm sure the power glove would be great. If we need to find, I'd like to find the upgraded Titan's Mitt version, but what are we gonna do there?
I think that the light source one could be useful. If we have like a torch, we could make that torch brighter, so we're not just like doing it on static ones. That comes with that kind of thing, right?
Well, that's one of the ones that Alex has on him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll only take them like an hour to make the others.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what would I know. I like the idea of the torch because sight is important.
I personally love the idea of a rollerblading paladin, but that's just me.
Look, that can be fan service episode later.
Into battle I go!
I'm
My
gonna.
friend,
But so the
there
ones
is
that we can
time to
make are
deliberate.
either moving quicker or the lifting 2 times
Lifting
body weight.
twice your body weight, yeah.
So if anything, maybe like the power glove for Nim for the
Okay.
purpose of have our strong arm be a strong arm.
That
Stronger
makes sense,
arm?
I think,
Yeah.
because the other one you can't jump or climb with, so you're
it's
faster, but you're
just
kind of restricted a little.
moving- yeah, you're
Yeah.
only moving flat surface quicker.
Yeah.
That might be useful in a more open area.
Yeah, versus
Yeah.
we're going into a tomb. We don't know how much is destroyed of this area. We don't know what's crumbling.
Plus, we don't want people to go too
So-
far ahead when they're in the darkness. We
Mhm.
don't know what's ahead of us, kind of thing.
Woo!
Maybe
So
we
I-
need to do
so I
that
think
while
the
people
consensus
sleep.
is
to
the
be
light
making
medallion.
literally 5 pairs of this.
Rolling
and that's
straight into the
the only
nearest
thing that would
pit.
be
with,
good. Like
Yeah.
we would need to make 5 so that everyone's at the same speed, and
Yeah.
yeah, we
Mm.
don't need
that
all
would
of
be
that.
fucking awesome, though. Let's be honest. Just,
It
just
would just be the samurai
Just
pizza
say,
then. We'd just be
Kyle-
rolling around.
at the speed of sound.
I
Got
do have
nowhere to
places
go. Got to follow my rainbow. What are the rest of the lyrics?
No one's gotten past that in the memes. So I think Alex, I think we talked amongst ourselves. Appreciate your patience there. I know we're interested in there. I think we're gonna go with the light medallion and the power glove. Am I reading that right?
Right?
Yes,
Alex
that's
has the light amulet. That's one of the trinkets.
You
that
said we can only have
Yarick
2.
has.
Yeah. He said we can have 2.
And
yes. I'm afraid they are of particular power, and whilst I would like us all to come back alive, I'm also always looking for an opportunity to do business.
So we're getting freebies, basically.
gamble with your life, never your money.
Mm-hmm.
Haha! I do like your.
I think that the opaque gem would be quite useful. Diamond would be quite useful myself. If we ever need to sneak in somewhere, seeing behind a wall would be quite useful.
I can't disagree with that.
At the same time, the fact that the amulet can both dim and brighten a light source, we can literally ninja
That is
behind
true.
something. Like
Could
we can turn corner or just peek around corner and be like, "Oh, enemies!
someone?
Let's just Dumbledore this and go jump, 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 jump. No more light."
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I've got this clanking suspicion that I
That's
shouldn't be
basically
involved with
how I
stealth.
see it. I just see it as a Dumbledore option.
Okay, it sounds like we're going with the power glove and the light. In that case, the light.
Yeah,
Bangle.
the amulet.
So he reaches into his satchel bag, rummaging around, taking a peek to make sure these are delicate and very valuable artifacts and items, and takes a peek in one of the compartments, brings out more amulets. So, which one of you will be the caretaker of this most delightful little piece?
Probably Teshi once she stops writing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to make
Yes,
sure
no,
I
no,
looked at which
I'm
ones
totally
we
okay
were
with you
taking.
writing. I just say like it feels like something you would want to.
It would look very dashy
I
on you.
guess-
It would look dashy on all of you, of course. But especially
Words
you,
does look
Teshi.
over and notice that it has like Aeshi style engravings on it, looping patterns going in and out of each other.
Well, if it has anything to do with my people, I guess it's only right.
Marvelous. Well, here you go, and please take good care of it. It cost me
Thank
almost an arm and a leg. The law is not always kind, you see.
Words looks over at Cheery, hoping that he doesn't. Alexander, hoping that he doesn't mean that literally.
And for the second item, I'm afraid that is a concoction of my own creation. I do believe I have the spare materials to make it, but it will take some time, yes. So perhaps whilst we're heading through the various dwellings we're about to enter, it will keep me busy and help calm my nerves. I've never been in a place like this before, that's for sure.
I don't think any of us have. The locks were quite good. Literally took us a miracle to get inside. Okay, so are we ready to head in?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. of
Finally, I
course.
get to really show off. Let's just make sure this is set up properly. Okay, so as soon as the panel changes, you will want to zoom into the bottom right. And how do I hit the mark on this again? Wait, I literally just copy it over. There we go. So we have a new panel today, folks, where you actually get to see what we're doing while we play.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The fourth wall. It's
So
shattered.
the fourth wall has been shattered and broken to pieces.
Also, it's the bottom
You
left
know
that
what?
you want to zoom in on.
It won't
Yeah.
get shattered as much as like when Marvel breaks the fourth wall, okay?
Indeed.
Flashbacks to Deadpool right now.
Why? Where is that map
They
at? Because
actually
I've got.
reprinted
Oh, there it
Deadpool's
is.
first
Loaded.
appearance, so I finally got to read that.
If you hold down your right mouse button, it will allow you to scroll.
Okay.
Very bottom left, you will see yourself and the rest of
Yeah,
us.
Oh yeah, I
see
forgot.
us.
We are literally at the very, very bottom.
Okay, so we actually need to, before we actually do this, we need to figure out how we're going to get in here. This is just to show people what's occurring. So, any ideas on how we're going to get in?
Well, I mean,
Wait,
whilst brute force certainly left our friend here battered and bruised, perhaps the same approach would overcome any magical contraption or mechanism.
I can't imagine that there's going to be too many magical based traps after that first one keeping people out. It's you want my teeth they're still a little on edge. So just keep that in mind.
I do have on me. I did 2 rituals at the end of the last session. So I do have 2 earthly perception rituals on me, which is a range of like 200 feet, and I can like detect if stuff is out of place. So I can detect like traps or unnatural changes. I don't know if we
Okay.
would keep that till like we're in properly, or if you want to check the entrance with one of those. I'd leave it to you
Well,
guys.
Well, I'll say that again. I don't. It would be redundant to have a trap right at the beginning of the entrance, especially since this place is there's nothing guarding here. The barrier was the guard.
There
We got
is a
through that.
big
Yeah, like-
giant door,
Wait,
but it's
you know,
completely
you guys,
locked. And
instead of us like just assuming it's locked after we like as Nim just said, like we just broke a giant barrier. Why don't we just try to push it?
Perhaps
Oh,
we
just
could
in
knock
case
and
it's a
see if
small door.
anyone is home.
go
Also,
wild,
very
yeah.
very proper,
Like
Alex.
we can just knock, we can push it, like we can try the simple option first, y'all. We can do it.
All right. I'll go up to the door. And words? Can you describe the door to me?
It's about. I'm really bad with size. It's about 40 feet in height, towering well above like any normal human being. Just like multiple stories, big stone. Simple, no elaborate patterns. Just a big block of red stone blocking, outlined where a door like would feasibly be. There's some elaborate statues on the side representing like the visage of the Titan. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything particularly distinct about the actual make of its construction.
Right? Is there a clear demarcation of like a door, like a split or a line that I could either push or pull on?
There does appear to be like the clear separation of two like blocks, but they're like close tight.
Close tight. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I can try to push on that. Let's backpack shield on the back, and let's give it a push. Let's give a push on the left side.
Do you want to do a roll for that?
Yeah, I'll do a roll. I'll do a roll.
Does he need to roll for pushing of the door? I don't.
Well, it's ancient
Well,
stone
okay,
door,
if you wanna
magic
just
powers,
push-
Titan.
If you want to push without a roll, that's fine.
I'll roll.
I was gonna
Okay.
say
Okay,
probably
cool.
roll it
I
just in
got a
case
12.
It's heavy.
You got a 12.
Plus-
Okay.
Plus mod.
You
which would
push the
be
door, but it does not budge.
14.
There's
Alright,
not
so-
even an inch of movement within the
Alright.
door itself.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say I gave that a pretty good push there. I mean, there's probably some type of mechanism.
Maybe we
Perhaps
need more
there's an-
force. If we all push.
Perhaps
Right?
there's
What
an
if
indentation.
some go on one side and some go on the other side, and we just
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Feel free.
All right,
I'm
is
not
everybody
one
lining up to
for.
push?
I'm not one for manual labor, but I suppose out of all of us,
Okay, so
I have
1,
some
2, 3,
strength in
4,
me.
5. Okay.
I'm pushing with my back. Like I got my
All
back
right.
against it. I'm using my legs to push.
On 3.
Let me just brace
One.
myself. Oh, sorry.
2.
3. Push.
My goodness, this is a very sturdy
I
door.
totally slide down to the ground as I am trying to push it. I am now sitting, and I go, you know what? It's kind of comfy here. Maybe I'll just stay.
Okay, so we're only
You're
doing
letting
4
an
rolls
old
in that
man do
case.
the lifting.
Yeah. Are you guys going to roll for your...
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Don't forget the roll.
we're just
15
acting
plus
it out
2.
until
Fully
we
immersive.
failed again.
I got a 9.
Okay.
17 total.
Does my
17.
18 help?
Oh,
I got a
So that is
10.
a 16.
I got a 10. Okay. Yep. As you all push against the door, it slowly, very gradually pushes, like each block slowly creaks apart. The sound of the stone rubbing against also against the stone surface, forcing its way inwards if it hasn't been moved or touched in the millennia, and it's worn down and jagged to the surface, but it's slowly, with everyone's concerted effort except Teshu, who's lying on the ground.
Totally
It's-
fell down, even though I rolled
Yeah.
the 18. I'm totally on the ground.
She did give a nice yank on it before she fell to the ground and gave up. But it slowly widens open, and
I
you're
totally helped with the 2,800 pounds we probably just pushed.
yeah.
Huge.
And just opens into darkness. You can see nothing in front of, beyond the precipice of the door.
Progress.
Goodness.
this is dark.
It is
Well,
dark.
Mimicry, would you're a gentleman of stoutness and bravery. Would you care to lead the way?
All right, I'm gonna need somebody. I'm gonna unsheath my sword and put my shield in my left hand. Left hand dominant, so defensive. So I'll need somebody behind me to hold a torch. As I think Alex, if you could do the torch bearing duties, as you would give us the most
Okay,
height.
Since Alex isn't going
Of
to fight.
course, and
Alex can fight. Alex has a nice fancy
True.
two-sided bow staff with
True.
spiky bits at the end that
Our
can.
wonderful Luthien should be holding the torch.
Yeah.
Either way.
What didn't we just purchase? And oh yeah, that has chargers though. So okay,
Well, it only
Oh,
brightens.
no, we
it doesn't.
have lanterns. We do have that.
that is true. We wouldn't want to waste that unless we really need it. That's why you're the adventurers and I'm the tag along.
Well, and you can. I was gonna say you can hold the light source so we can see.
Okay,
I'll
I
be
will do
in
that.
front.
Yep. I already have everybody aligned where they need to be. Let's bring up
Fantastic.
the video. So this is all put together courtesy of, not getting paid to say this, courtesy of a pro account on Roll20. If you're ever trying to make your own tabletop RPGs, highly recommend this. This has an actual lighting system that allows me to decide how the lighting on the screen works. You can make it anything from like a nighttime setting with slight darkness to like one room. You can even create windows now. This launched like a week ago where you can open a window and that will make a light source appear in that area, and it's super cool. So this is going to allow us to really do some really cool fun stuff, and
Like
especially
I
when
noticed earlier, you can actually give yourself like stat bars, so we could actually put our HP as a stat bar.
yeah,
Here.
Oh,
I know. I think you can edit all that yourself. So if you want to mess around with it, feel free. I tried to. I have enough planning as it is, but you're more than free to mess around with it yourself. So we have finally entered the Tomb of the Titan after all this time. We walk in, Nim ahead, everybody taking their positions. Myself staying as far behind as possible. The Trelin is still with us. The Trelin. He's decided to hop up on my shoulder actually, because he doesn't look like the fighting type. He's just a journalist, and
Good lighting. I mean,
And
you're right
he's-
by the light source.
yeah, and it'll save us hassle in getting around because he's such a little guy and would be easy to get lost. So you basically see almost nothing in front of you except for the small amount of light that's cast by the torch that we have lit, and you open up into just what seems to be a wide but completely dark. There's no torches illuminating the building at all, because it's very silly to have torches illuminating a thousands, hundreds, whatever years old tomb. Which
they would have already burnt out.
Yeah,
only we're
I
not going
don't
to find
think
fresh
those-
food in here.
They would.
probably
they would
not.
still
It's not Skyrim.
Tell that to any fiction
more
ever.
turkey?
Yeah. Also, hello, Madam Mim. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Welcome to the
All right.
To
stream.
be fair, there's normally some big bad guy that has been keeping up the tomb or keep or whatever dungeon, and that's why there's still lights everywhere.
Well, they're not in this one. It's completely dark,
Oh,
completely silent. There's no sound of any life or anything, just pitch blackness, except for the small
Yay.
amount of illumination in front of you. How will you
Sandra
approach
Alright.
this?
puts up his robes. Oh, it's not surprising, but despite expecting it, the air is so stagnant here. Oh goodness.
Well, I think we'll get used to it. Can't be any worse than cleaning day at the squad barracks. Ugh.
Seems like Mr.
Probably
Titan's
just as
not
bad
home.
because of how long the doors and everything have been closed. Feels like the air hasn't been in here in ages.
I'd like to take a step forward to
You
the,
can move your character around as freely as you want within
Okay.
this area, so don't feel like you have
well,
to
I'm gonna
waste.
go-
And there's no
go, like,
grid
right-
anymore, so you have much
Okay.
more freedom to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right there because this is our first section. All right, nameless adventuring group. Do we go forward or do we go right?
I vote forward because it's the closest to left.
I was going to
Do
say,
watch
are
your
we going
footing.
to start doing some stereotyping of saying that most people will say right because they're right hand dominant?
Oh, I'm left-handed.
That's actually literally a thing that people will generally choose the side that they are dominant on, and that's part of the reason I can't decide because I'm ambidextrous.
All right. Well, I think guy
I always say flip a coin.
Teshlin, can you ready your bow?
Of course, I always have it ready.
Okay,
Let me guess.
I've got yeah,
There.
knock an arrow or so just like
It's
at
poison
a relaxed
arrow
point.
specifically because I don't trust it.
All right.
Sherry,
Who's,
Sherry, you can move your character, right?
oh, I know. Oh, hang on. Let me check.
I'm asking, can you move your character? Yes, you can. Okay, cool.
Click and
Oh.
drag.
Click and drag on your icon. And I'm
I'm clicking
moving.
dragging. It's just showing me feet.
Oh, do you have it on the select move?
Yeah, it should be an arrow, perhaps.
Oh yeah, in the top left. You can click
Hang
the
on.
arrow.
Select move.
There
we
you
go.
go. There you go.
All right.
Alexander, he touches the walls. This finally be here. It's quite like any other rank domain, but taking.
Well, I guess I'm gonna step cautiously through the front the door or the pathway that's ahead of us. My shield is out in front, sword is in my non-dominant hand.
Almost like we'll be walking into like a more open area.
All right. I guess while I'm there, we're all looking there. I don't see any. I don't see anything that instantly pops out. But I guess I'll just roll to take a look. Or I guess how is that going to work?
For now, it's just you look around and whatever you see, you see. I will describe the
All right.
rooms as you go into.
All right.
As you
So I'm
go
looking
into them,
around,
but-
and I want to relay what I'm seeing to everybody.
Okay, so this appears to be like a very old barracks room. There's weapons and pieces of armor everywhere, but most of it seems to be like eroded and broken and discarded through time. Nothing that appears to be functionally useful or of any like capable function at this stage because it's been here and discarded for so long.
All right.
Rusted and falling apart.
Oh, I wonder if this was some type of guard station. There's a lot of beds here and equipment that wouldn't be used for any particular reason. I'll leave that to the catalogers after this.
If there was any life here, there's no clear signs of any existing.
All right, I think I'm head
You
towards
wonder if there's anything perhaps we could perhaps there's anything worth the word escapes me. Basically, taking for ourselves to put to better use.
Oh, you want to
Perhaps
reclaim
use like
certain things.
If you
Yes,
are you
requisition,
saying you're
yes.
looking for some scrap?
I'm
'Cause
not functionally. I'm
Scrap.
not. No.
Like you can even use rust for things.
you can, if you want to take any of these discarded swords, you can. They're not going to be of any like functional use, but you probably could break them down into scrap for use in like making other things in the future.
Is there small weapons?
Nothing of use.
Yeah, this
They're
place.
like
These are
small,
Like they're
kind of
literally
broken,
just
like,
rusted crap, like eroded, broken, brittle, snapped in half.
a lot of okay.
Basically,
Well,
what you would expect of metal after 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and some level of dankness.
A lot of dankness.
All right.
My
Well,
gosh.
luckily they didn't clean up before they left. Watch your footing. There's some rugs on the floor that are
Hmm.
less rug and more sticky
Footing.
dust.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, just be careful. All right, I'm at the entrance to the next hallway. Like I want to push on because I mean there's nothing in this room.
Just sticking close to Nim, basically, because Nim's like protection.
All right, we'll take a full step in. Okay. Oh, hey, hallway.
So this just opens up into a bigger area of the barracks.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like these paths are kind of connected.
Getting all dark here.
I love how everything changes, like how much we can see. Like I
Yeah.
lose some of the map every time I move.
All right. Well, this good to see that even in ancient tombs we can have runarounds.
Oh, quick question before we go. If there are like noticeable items, there will be a chest icon in the room. It doesn't mean it's a literal chest, it just means it's treasure that will be useful. I will describe what the treasure is. But
right.
this area, other than its clear function as a barracks, appears to be completely abandoned and empty and devoid of any.
I want to clear
I
it.
wonder
wanna
if
just
there's
clear the room, just to make sure there's nothing, nothing there.
Great watching you move around because it feels like I'm watching the interactions in real time.
I mean,
As a little.
I do
cat
wonder
person,
if there's
I was
any
just so-
central nexus to this place, perhaps an area of some sort of library or command center.
it
to-
would probably be a little bit down. You would make sense that if you're gonna have guards, you gotta have some. If you're gonna have guards, right, Alex, you're gonna have somebody to command them. Not just gonna be
Mhm.
and
like, stay
something
here.
worth protecting.
And
All right.
this being like a barracks sort of area, it's right near the entrance. It makes me wonder though why everything was just left here in this state. Like, if these were soldiers or something, wouldn't they take their weapons with them?
That's
Well,
a very
if-
valid observation.
Teshlin, if they were stationed here to protect, there wasn't a lot getting out. As you and I both remember, that barrier was.
But what if that barrier was to keep something in?
Well, then we'll
Like,
find
that's
out.
my thing because like I'm just like everything is just left here like this. It makes me think either they all died or they went abandoned ship.
Well, they
You know,
might have gone.
skeletons.
Yeah. There aren't. As you're right. I haven't seen any skeletons. They might have
True.
abandoned things.
True, it might just be abandoned ship. type
All
of
right. Let's.
thing.
What do you guys say we head the other path?
Yeah.
All right.
Seeing
Seeing
So
as
as-
how this is just a room.
Before we continue, Luthien,
Lottie,
sir,
why are you upside down?
Because I'm going that
Because
direction.
it's more fun. Yeah.
she's a cat.
Go on, yes. Go on, Shiri.
good sir. Whilst you are having the very beneficial role of illuminating our way, could you also keep an eye on the rear of the group? Yeah, I wouldn't like a knife in the back by any unknown factors
I
or
could do
any.
my best.
Just
Whatever
just
this
ho-
place
holler at
holds.
us. Preferably not with a dying scream.
That would be good.
All right. I'm
My
gonna.
card
I'm
is
gonna
not
take-
actually illuminating any lights.
I'm gonna step forward.
There we go. Now I'm illuminating lights.
I'm
Alright,
stuck upside down. I can't turn around because there's a circle for like what color I am, and I can't
You
get
often
rid of
spend
that.
time on the
I
ceiling.
can't rotate myself either because of those little circles. And I don't know how
How'd-
to get the circles off. That's why I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna put my health in one of the circles since it's just there.
Yeah, I guess I'm just upside down now.
It's more fun like that, it's fine.
If you right click on yourself, that should fix it. How did you do it in the first place?
When I click on myself, there's a little like line that comes off with a square, and if I use the square,
Oh,
I can
that,
turn
yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
But it's stuck underneath like a menu thing now, and if I right click, nothing happens. So
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
the
dear.
buttons disappeared. I don't know why the buttons disappeared, but they disappeared, so I can turn
It's
myself
just
now.
under the thing, so you can actually press this if you just hover just below the buttons.
All right. Now that we
Face
okay, so now
myself towards this hallway.
that's what I was trying to do.
as we I guess we got, so we're heading towards the hall.
Got you,
We're heading through the hallway.
Yes.
I want to enter the next room.
Come
Yeah,
away.
go wild.
Okay. Enter the next room. Let's have my eyes open.
I
I'm
have
ready.
your
What do I
back.
see?
You see a slightly more
Nothing.
lavishly decorated area. There is
Oh.
some sort of panel on the ground of like unknown purpose, and around the edges of the room appears to be small pools of blood.
Oh.
That
I
is
was
not
wondering what the
decorative.
red was.
Yeah, that is not decorative. That is blood. It is a very strong stench. But
We
it's
found out where the smell was coming from, y'all.
Yeah, that's
It's
copper.
not the air being musty. It's this.
I do hope I don't sully my cloak.
Well, I guess
But
technically
why
pick
does
it.
it smell so bad? Like, how recent is this?
Well, it could be preserved by powers that we don't understand, because normally blood dries. Believe me.
Right,
Mhm.
and that's
I
what I'm
felt it.
saying. Like,
It-
this shouldn't smell.
It does look like it's like moving and like almost like the way water would, because there's such a high density of it within the indents on the floor.
All right.
Why is
well,
it here? All these years preserved.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking about, because we've all had cuts. It dries in 5 or 6 minutes without a problem.
Yeah, like minutes,
Ice makes me
hours, depending
uneasy.
on how long how big of a wound it is. Like, it dries.
Can
It
we take a
doesn't
look at this
stay
platform
liquefied.
You
or this
can.
this little panel?
You
Uh,
can.
all right. Is there anything remarkable about the panel other than it being looks like white in
It's
a
just
room
slightly lifted up off the floor.
slightly lifted off the floor? There. Okay. All right.
Other than that, it's just a
What's-
nondescript piece of like, it's not stone. It's kind of like metal.
Okay. All right, guys. We've got there's an exit. We can see an exit on the far end.
Yeah.
Across the creepy pool of blood. And now we have a slightly metal thing. I'm gonna tap it with my foot. Just, see if I can hear a clang, or if it's hollow or something. Since metal echoes.
As you tap it with your foot, you hear it press in ever so slightly, and the noise of something like pushing, like metal pushing against rock, can be heard off down the stairs and slightly far away.
Was that such a wise idea?
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yes, but it's very different when instead of money, it's your life.
Maybe. That's why I did it, just in case there was a problem.
He can take the blows.
Well, I'm here to my task, Alex, is to protect this quest log. So that's what I'm gonna do.
He's gonna
Yes,
protect.
The
Sure.
one and only. Nim
Yeah,
protect.
Well, please do lead the way.
All right. Approximately how wide is this river of?
The distance
not
of all
river.
this, like the area within in which you're standing, is about the width of yourself. So like 2 feet across.
So it's step. We could
We
with
could jump
we could
it.
jump or step over it with some effort, mild
Yeah.
effort.
You could.
Like, if
Alright.
anything, Nim can just jump over and help everyone else jump over.
Yeah. I think I'll try that. What do I need to roll to make a big step? Since it says about 3 feet.
It's small enough that I'd say you'd be fine.
All right, so I'll just take the big step over the big pool of somehow magically still liquid blood. Okay. All right, there we are. Okay, it is still as unpleasant as you would think, guys. It's still unpleasant. It's not any better over here.
Yeah, I'm
Goodness.
sure of that. I'm just gonna hop on over, seeing as how with my ranger depth movement I can just jump it easily.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of. That wasn't a bad jump, it seems. I thought it would be worse.
Well, I don't know what else we're gonna find here outside of an empty barracks and blood that still is fluid.
Either way, I hope
Oh,
the stench
God.
gets a little less as we go down these steps.
Alex, you
That's
holding
what
up all
I'm
right over there,
hoping.
buddy?
Yes, I'm keeping lunch down, just about. I thought I'd got the worst with some of my customers, but this place really is an eye-opening experience.
All right.
Sassing the consumer.
Yeah, the customer is is
It's
what
always
that
right
phrase.
until they're not. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's head into the next room.
Before
ahead.
I come over, I want to step on the metal thing because I heard it make the noise when Nim stood on it, and curiosity has the better of me, and now I want
Oh,
to step on
You,
it.
you know what they say about
kill the cat
curiosity? Yeah.
All right. Be careful, Lottie. Be careful.
Full on step on it.
Over the chasm, well, not chasm, but the pool of blood to be next to Lottie while she does this. Just in case.
Lottie proceeds to jump on the panel, and the big entrance area, like beyond the pool of blood, opens like a door, kind of stone door, and blockage lifts itself up off the ground as she stands on it.
Nice. All right,
Okay,
Lottie,
good.
way to go.
Yay!
Good job.
But does
All
it
right.
close if she moves?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think
Maybe
I am? Psychic? I'm just
I'll step off.
I'm just a
See if it
lowly
goes
book.
nothing.
Let's step
You're
off and
just the measly DM. What would
Yeah,
you
what
know?
would I know?
Oh,
Luthien doesn't know. As you
Alright.
step off it, the thing slowly begins to close again, blocking off the
Oh.
light in the area to your view.
I'll step back on then for now.
Okay.
Do we have
see.
any counterweights? Any item of unimportance we'd be willing to leave here on the pressure plate?
Oh, Lottie's not all that. Lottie's a svelte cat woman. Doesn't have to be that much heavy.
I was going to say y'all stand near the door that it opens, and I might be able to just run and jump and get to the door before it closes.
Ooh.
All right, we can
I
give that a
might
try.
be able to.
Perhaps the fellow on your shoulders, Luthien. I forget your name. I do apologize. Perhaps your strange contraption, your box, would be suitable.
Probably stay here.
You can't make me get rid of my camera. This is a one of a kind. I am recording.
So is my life and your life.
No,
may
no,
I
we're
add.
telling. Sir
I'm
journalist,
recording
we are saying you can stay here because it might get fairly dangerous going further. So it might be in your best interest to stay here. Like, if we lose you, who's going to tell our story?
If I don't go into the room, who's going to know the story? I need to see these things for myself so I can take pictures and let the whole world know.
What if
we-
we
My dear
take your
friend.
camera with us?
We have literally useless weapons one room over that could
Yeah.
maybe weigh this down.
You
That's what I was
what?
thinking.
Fact.
Right.
My goodness, that's ingenious. Well,
Big
of
Lottie,
course.
big
I don't know why I didn't consider that.
Gambling master
he was just about to agree to your idea and everything.
See, I was doing convincing too. How dare you, Lottie?
Gambling
My
master
bad.
Lottie.
Like if you
Now
wanted
he's
to
gonna be in
convince
danger.
him, you'd have to do some sort of charisma check or something. To,
Well, so I guess let me help. I'll need help getting some of those weapons. I'm sure I can't carry the entire load by myself.
I can
We
help.
shan't need too many.
So I'll head back over to old barracks area. Grab some
Yeah,
weapons.
I will head there with you.
I've got a lovely bunch of useless swords. Da-da-da-da-da. Here they are, all rusted in a row. Big ones,
Big
small
one,
ones,
small
some
one,
that are really
some
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a sword.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Here's a dagger. Ooh, a terrible arrow, which is just the stick now. You know what? It still weighs something, so we go with
Yeah.
it.
Well, all right. So I'm gonna load this up there, and I think all right. So I've got a bunch. Everybody here's got a good handful of weapons, right? Let's
Yep.
let's head
Put a
back. What do
bunch
you say?
into my quiver, seeing as how it's getting empty.
If you can use as you will.
I
The
say-
armies like you do, so I had to take advantage of my extra pocket.
You do what
That
you
was
can.
highly entertaining. We're just sitting in the corner, just trying to catch his breath and take it easy while he waits for you guys to do your thing.
That's fine. It's fine. All right. I think let's. I'm gonna set these things down on top of the plate where Lottie was. I'm not gonna slam 'em, I'm just gonna kind of get them and set them in the
Take
middle
my
as
quiver
best I
and
can.
just kind of go like this, a little shaky, and they just
try and
all
do it
the
gently, but they're
little
heavy.
daggers fall out.
I basically just drop them because they're heavy.
You would think the giant would help, but no, he's just standing here waiting
Well,
for everybody
He's
to.
busy.
Yeah,
stuff going on.
So
He doesn't do manual
Alexander,
labor.
he's been inspecting the walls with in thought. He's been pondering. Been
All right.
a look of away with the fairies.
Are you
question
pondering
I-
what
I
I'm
have to ask
pondering? Go on, tell us what you're pondering, Shuri.
Oh,
Alexander.
he's just in disbelief that he's here after all this time, and he feels hopeful.
All right. I'm glad. I mean, I obviously we're not. I'm not. I don't know if we're all privy to that, but I gotta see. Have we met the weight check for the trap?
Oh,
For the,
absolutely.
pressure plate?
Like it, even a foot would have done us.
Okay.
But yeah, the door's like
All right.
just latched itself to the ceiling, fully up, exposing the entrance into the next room.
All right. Well,
Did it,
I'm.
y'all?
Yay! We saw. We
Big
saw.
groin energy, Lottie. Proud of you.
Way to go.
I'm glad you
Way to
guys are
go.
having fun with this.
Oh yeah, this is actually pretty good.
So
more
I
you-
do
the more you
lean
enjoy
over to
certain-
Lottie, and I just whisper, "But now there's going to be more photos of me. Damn it!"
Better keep your eye on the next issue of the Trelin Direct.
I'm not looking forward to it.
All right.
I was
Ciao.
trying to avoid the newspaper, not be at center page.
just stay behind Alexander. He'll block the camera.
You know what? That's fair. I'll just hide. I'm small enough. I can totally hide behind Alex.
All right.
I heard my name. What was that?
Just I don't like pictures of me being taken. So if I stand behind you to get in between me and the Trelin, that's why. That's why.
Of course, and you can also make sure no knives or blades or traps embed themselves in my spine.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. It's a partnership. You help
Yeah,
me
so
out,
this-
I help you out.
This is you're one for bartering, I see, and this is a deal I'm more than happy to make.
I learned
Let's,
a lot.
I think so we've got our things there. We've solved our first trap. I'm gonna get ready to step forward here. Guys, just be aware in case something comes. I don't know if something's gonna come through. After all, we all remember those cliche novels. I'm trying to think of the pulp stories about adventurers and going
Heard
through
enough,
tombs and things.
Stories. So
Well, I've got my.
I have an arrow ready.
Thank you. I'll
You
step into the
think
next
I would
room.
ever possibly resort to cliches?
Well, Luthien over there, This is, I mean, they're cliches for a reason, Luthien.
Uh-huh.
They
That's
work. They
true.
As
work
a
well.
player, I say to you, I don't trust you if you don't put in the cliches.
Well, as you know, little homages here and there. All right. So I've
The
entered the room.
sip!
I'm
The
look.
sip
Looks
of
like
mischievousness.
looks like I see some type of vague red pool that's swirling.
As you
more
enter the
blood?
room, you see even more blood gathering in a large circle in the center of the room, just swirling around in a circle, and it seems to lead off out of the room underneath the wall that is blocking the northern area. Close to 2 steps. The floor here is much more elaborate. It's like marble and the walls look cleaner and still worn from centuries of use, but they don't look as crumbling as the area that you just came out of.
Well, this is extremely ornate compared to everything else. I'm gonna see if I can't. I have religion as a skill, knowledge religion. So I'm gonna roll for that just to see if there's
Ooh.
anything I can glean.
Really testing me here. Good stuff.
All right, 19
90
plus
Ooh.
That's basically a nat. It might as well be a nat 20 for all the
Plus
difference
one,
it makes.
20.
Yeah,
Especially
20.
with
Okay.
any bonuses.
So you look around at the floor and the patterns that are in front of you, and you notice that the arrangements kind of make patterns that are similar to many of the old teachings of the Hyuen people before they converted and learned the ways of the Paladin Order, and things changed. Is it symbols and colors that are symbolic of how kinesis used to be represented when people idolized the Titan Arsenian and used him to guide him in their violent pursuits of power across the continent.
Well, I'm glad we're now that so I'll fill them in on what the room is for, or at least the symbolism in the room. And so guys, this is all these symbols here are from basically civilized Hyuen society. So this is not before history, but this is back when instead of being what we are now, we were more nomadic, we had more violence. Luck that so maybe it makes sense for the pool of blood that's still spinning. I don't know anything about that. That's a new one me. But these carvings and rooms and things, this is where this is from.
All I know, it's making me nauseous. All this blood.
Yeah, it's a very overpowering sensation. The smell. It's digging
Bloody.
into. It even starts digging into your skull a little and like creating an uncomfortable sort of mild feeling of dazedness, and not dizziness so much as just like unfocus due to just how overpowering it is.
Lottie,
Yeah.
you commune with nature, and I'm thinking trying to think is it Safra or
Shifa.
No. I'm talking about like she's a druid. Her skills.
Hmm.
I'm wondering if you could possibly, I don't know, do some prestidigitation or something for like sage, right? To smell, to help everybody focus a little bit better, as opposed to having to deal with this kind of oppressing, constant, smell that's bothering everybody.
I don't think she has anything like that.
I didn't
I
know. I was druid.
Don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I figured.
I'm not
like,
powerful enough to sort that. There's
well,
not
that's
enough
fine.
nature here. It's all stone and everything.
Yeah, fair
My
That's
point.
powers
like
are limited.
If we could get air in here, I would be like, I can just move this smell away from us.
Mhm.
But eventually that smell would just end up coming back to us because I can't permanently keep wind away. I would have to keep on doing that.
Straight ahead, you see a big door. Down a flight of stairs, and to your left, you also see two really large staircases with two doors at the side of the pool of blood. So those are the directions you can take in this room.
Well,
it's not a good option, but we could always take one of the many blankets we have and cut it up, put some masks over our faces.
That is
It'll help a little bit for the smell.
Did anyone take
Perhaps
the
I could-
crafting
I have
trade?
crafting. I have
Okay.
crafting because
The
of
crafting in this, just cheery, in this instance is different to what you do. Crafting is just the ability to
Yeah.
MacGyver things, essentially.
Yeah.
So if you want to MacGyver yourself, I bet that joke is so freaking old that there's some people here who don't actually know what I'm referring to.
I would explain it,
will
but I would
do
require
a
bubble gum and the
thing
Tyndall
roll
effect.
to make us all little blanket masks,
Yeah.
and
Cool.
hopefully that'll help us not feel as ugh.
Perhaps I could patent these, and we could
Well,
try a good deal to
15.
mass-produced odor quelling cloth, perhaps.
That sounds like a profitable venture.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially
Well,
during maybe a pandemic, perhaps.
Ooh, getting topical, cheery.
Social commentary. So, are we going to try
Keep your
for? We're going to try to
politics
go
out of
up
my-
or down, friends?
Out of my show. That's entirely up to you guys.
Well, I figured
Yeah,
I can.
I rolled a
I'll lead.
15, so with my modifier 17
Yeah,
for
absolutely no
crafting, so
problem. That's
it definitely works. I crafted us some nice little
Some-
makeshift masks that we can tie around our head.
Cool.
It should help us.
Yep.
Just
Yeah, you
don't take deep breaths. Whatever you,
you-
do.
you hand the
don't take-
masks to everybody. Each person puts them on, and it helps to reduce the sensation to like a very mild, dull
All right.
ringing in the
and
back of your
under
ears.
my breath, I just kind of go, I can't believe the skills I had to do for my sister actually came in handy. Damn.
So where are we going?
We going? Are we trying to go up or down? Tombs usually have things in the earth. Down, but we also do have a very tall building, so up is something that could happen.
I
Well,
venture
the
that
whole
anything of worth would
blood
be.
leads upwards, so I kind of want to go upwards. I know
think if
that might
Mr.
mean
Titan's
that
here,
we're
he'd be
going
up.
straight to danger, but like blood, and the blood is going this way, so maybe follow where it's going will answer questions versus going away from it.
What were you going to say, Cheery?
Oh, Alexander was just mentioning that anything of importance, especially if this is a place holding, if it is a tomb,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe anything of importance and reverence will be at the uppermost peak.
Or in the deepest depths.
We don't know how
Center.
low it goes. We only know how tall it is.
You guys are free to walk wherever you
How low
wish.
can you go?
Let's say what do you say we flip a coin for it? Heads, tails.
I put
Tails more.
tails.
All right, I'll flip a coin. So odds will go up, evens will go down. Got a 6. We're going down.
Right.
Okay.
The dank, murky earth.
I'm gonna step down these stairs, and I can feel the grumbling behind me. I'm the first one who's gonna get stabbed.
I'm telling you, answers are up.
Well, we might as well we went down, so I'm gonna step through into this room. All right, it's a little
They
dark.
said down.
So what are we seeing here?
So as you open the door, you enter into what appears to be a lavish throne room.
Ooh.
The end of the room has another small pool of blood. This one appears to be frozen, and but there's a throne on the platform, like just around it, and lying on that platform appears to be like a long dead body, like barely dust remains of the bones, a small bit of a finger, and like what clearly appears to be like a rib, but most of it has already disappeared to dust. But surrounding that is a beautiful red dress that is
Ooh.
shimmering in the darkness.
Well, nice
No
dress.
one touch it.
Not my size.
But it's shiny.
No, Lottie, trust me, do not touch it. I beg of you, don't. Before anyone does anything, I'm doing some perception checking, okay?
Yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
trust any of this. This is a second throne room I am going into with another dead body already here.
So many
I-
dead leaders. No wonder nothing gets done.
Don't trust this. So we're perception checking this, okay?
Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. She's slowly moving over. Doop-a-doo.
16. It works. I see if there's any traps or anything. If there is
Okay.
anything.
So okay, so what specifically are you perceiving? Like, what are you checking right now?
I just get to basically look at my surroundings and just basically
Okay.
go, is there anything
So,
off? Does anything look weird? Are there any possible traps? That's basically what it is.
You
because
look
perception is
around
like
the
their surroundings.
you look around the edges of the walls and try to focus on like if there's anything in the stones that appear to be out of place, and there's some long faded pictures hanging off the walls and some old chandeliers that once used to illuminate the room, but you do not perceive what seems to be like any sort of out of place contraptions or traps or anything of that sort. The only thing that appears to stand out to you is the shimmering bright dress at the end of the room on top of the throne.
Oh, you know what they
Although-
say? Ladies first.
Feel free to ask that in the chat, Nim. If it's cutting out, let me know because I can always improve.
Yeah,
It's
I just didn't.
That's probably just the Discord sound settings.
I was gonna say
Okay.
it might just be like how it's picking up your voice because it is kind of at the end of sentences every so often.
Yeah.
It hasn't
Do you have
been
it
until
gated?
now.
Okay.
But
I
Did you
have
put a note?
I put the
Discord's, like,
automatic
messed up a lot.
sensitivity.
Yeah,
Plus-
you may want to turn it down just a little, or turn the sensitivity up just a little bit, just so it can pick up things, because it seems like it's cutting off like S's and the ends.
Is that any
in
better?
like the end of sentences, yeah.
Well, we'll know in a few sentences.
Okay, hopefully that sounds
yes.
better.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't. The quality wouldn't matter. It just kept choppy, very staccato. All right, so we've perceived that there's a shimmering dress on a throne that is on a pool of frozen-ish or at least solid blood.
So we
Yep.
can at least step on the blood.
Is this dress
Nothing
like,
seems like a trap. I still don't trust the dress though.
Can you say
it's
that
kind
again?
of odd that everything is broken down, but this dress seems to be okay.
Which is why I don't trust it. Like, can I just, you know, since I have the ability to throw weapons, can I just throw my dagger, like one of my daggers? Can I just throw it at this dress to see if something happens?
What
You
if you
can.
damage the dress?
Are you going to throw it from
That's why I
afar?
don't want to do it. I don't want to hurt the fabric.
Are you going to throw it from far away?
Well, I can throw it from up to 30 meters, so.
Yeah. Okay. That I would
Pretty
say
far.
dexterity check on that, just to make sure
But
you're
that's still the thing. I don't know if I actually want to because, like, if there's nothing wrong with the dress, then I'm just I'm just damaging the fabric.
Well, couldn't we potentially use like some type of long pole, perhaps, to lift it?
We do
Or
have
to-
I
rope
suppose.
and rope.
Well,
Why don't
I
we
was gonna
just
say,
grab the
Alex,
whole
Alex, I
freaking... We'll just grab everything in the barracks room and just carry it everywhere with us.
My weapon's a
No.
stick, so
Well, I suppose I should step up and contribute. Yes, and so Alex, yeah, he's already clasping his polearm. As earlier, he's ready to be on the defensive should any danger see fit to rear its ugly head. So he very almost comically, he gently and nervously, this great hulking giant of a man, very timidly and sheepishly heads towards, and he doesn't step too closer. He sort of like leans, like unconsciously leans his body back whilst he sort of pushes polearm forward, and he gets the blade on the side so that it's not going to catch and tear, and then he lifts the fabric.
So that was very elaborate. I approve. Good job. A for acting. So as you press the stick, the pole arm against the dress, it does seem to like resist your ability to touch it momentarily. It kind of like tries to push back against the touch of the weapon, but it does eventually go through, and it allows you to pick it up in your arms, so that you can grab it if you wish. Quick side note, there will be tool tips for every unique item found in this, and you will be able to find out details on that outside of the show that isn't if it isn't discussed here, over on the Discord and on the social media channels. So if you want to know more about these items beyond what they discover themselves, feel free to check those out. Anyway, continue.
Alright.
So he's still careful not to touch it with his hands. So he sort of gestures. Would anyone like to take it? I didn't think this far through.
You know,
I'm not
since
keen
I
to
have
touch the
some
mysterious
extra
fabric.
bits of the blanket, I'm just gonna wrap my hand in that blanket, and I'm gonna take the dress from Alex.
Be careful the
like
blade.
that.
Don't
Yep.
cut
Thank
yourself.
you. There we go. Got
Welcome.
it. Okay. Well, it's not burning through the blanket. So
Good.
that's something.
Yeah, it does not seem to like affect your touch at all. As you did, nothing weird happens to you as you hold on to it.
Okay, I am now going to take my hand that's not covered in the blanket, and I'm just gonna poke it. just ever so gently, just like
Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun,
and I
dun-dun.
literally like move my hand back like this, waiting for my finger to like just fall off.
Okay.
But does nothing happen?
You feel any different?
You kind of bounce back against the fabric. It's not causing like any harm, but once again, it is like resisting
It's like
any
a
sort of like
repellent of
force that is like being pushed against us, other than like simply lifting it and gathering it.
Okay, well, that's an interesting,
Okay.
certainly an interesting thing
So-
there.
So nothing happened, y'all. It seems safe, but the dress seems to have like a barrier on it of sorts. So it's like I'm not literally touching it. I'm like touching like an inch away from it. It's weird.
Well, I guess we take
You
it
got
with us.
yourself a new
Dead?
dress.
Might as well shove it in the old pack and get moving.
Right? I guess we have a dress.
Before you
reason?
pack it away,
Like, does the dress actually give off a light source?
No, it's just like it's
Okay,
just the
so
coloring
just
is like
shimmery.
has a bit of shimmer to it, like sequins
Okay,
essentially. It's
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't giving a light
it's made
source,
of
'cause I was like, if this is giving a light source, I'm just gonna go.
it's made of red velvet. It has like a slight neckline. It's not too low down or anything, and straps for like the shoulders, and it goes all the way down to like your ankles.
Well, I mean,
If,
that's the make of that dress is quite something. This was somebody important, or at least wealthy.
Go ahead, Shiri.
if I may, Alexander, now that he's witnessed at least someone has immediately perished in awful circumstances and great pain, his curiosity gets the better of him, and he considers whether it'd be worth anything. And in doing so, he decides to go touch it to use his traits to analyze its composition.
Explain what this is to people because they don't have access to
Hey.
your skill tree.
So, one of my unique skills, due to my affinity with certain magic essence, is that via skin contact, I can know the composition of an object. Flavor, this can be anything from material to the temperature to well, if depending on elaboration from words, perhaps anything of less natural take. But effectively, I guess an idea of its material makeup.
Okay. Smartly done. As you touch it, you can sense that it is 100% velvet. No synthetic fibers. Beautifully made, lavishly designed, loose but comfortable. The most obvious thing you can feel about it is that there is a large amount of kinesis essence infused into the dress, and it appears that it is designed in such a way to deflect potential forces that hit against it in any like significant force, almost as if this dress was worn by somebody who needed to look good but also needed to keep themselves safe.
Literally
It
slay
seems
queen.
to have
Right.
it seems to be practical and fashionable, and I suspect would make a pretty penny. However, in the name of, for the sake of keeping us alive, I do notice that this seems to have some sort of protective element, some sort of motion to exert a barrier against external force. Perhaps one of the ladies, or if we drape it like a cloak over mimicry, would anyone like a bit of protection? Luthien, you're not the most
Protected.
robust of us, from what I've seen.
I wouldn't consider red velvet dresses my style personally.
It's your color?
In the name of pragmatics, though,
It is my color,
are you
but
perhaps
And we could do like
I'm
a
not one
cloak
to
thing.
judge fashion in life or death.
I would be happy to put it over my back if you feel like that would be if that would be safer for me. And anything that keeps me safe, I definitely agree, would probably be of a boon to the party. Less for Nim to deal with. Less babysitting for Nim.
That's adult sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your character is all
I
over
grab
Thing
I
that
grab the
want to
dress and
draw.
fling it over my back like some superhero throwing on their cape, Doctor Strange style, and just
I
just
strut
want
back out
everyone
of
to
the
know that
room.
I'm now going to be working on an art piece of Luthien having this
A red dress. Great.
I'd like
That's
to
how
roll
the
for
fan
quip.
art begins. Yeah.
I want to roll for quip. All right, 19
Okay.
on quip.
We're getting-
So I think that's a success. Gonna pop out and be like, "You sir look absolutely dashing."
Why, thank you, darling. Sorry, darling.
Yes, it's dog.
Darling. Thank you, darling.
No, yes, sorry, Yes, I've seen lovely dresses before, worn by lovely people. Sorry, I'm just mumbling. Shall we head
I
forward?
feel like that
Ahem.
thought was actually going somewhere. Can you tell us maybe who? I noticed you seem to disappear in thought a lot. Alexander,
Oh,
does this dress remind you of somebody or something?
he looks down and smile just brightens on his face, which is it's not a smile akin to his boisterous sort of humor and welcoming nature. It's a sentimental, gentle and very subconscious smile. And yes, well I suppose we're not just acquaintances now. I mean, whilst I'm not going to be giving you all my secrets and life story, I suppose I owe you at least an explanation for my repeated distractions. He tears up a bit. Oh, it's hard to speak of. And that beautiful dress, it reminded me of most my beautiful life. I'm sorry. Perhaps when we leave this place. It's not. I need to keep my focus and
I put my
Take
hand
something,
on
take some-
Alex's back. And just give him
Aw.
Thank you.
a very gentle rub.
There'll be time to fill in a little bit more of a story later, Alex. Right now, like you said, I think it's best that we
Yes.
keep our wits about us.
Of course.
Hmm.
And he wipes his eyes. Sorry. Yes. Stiff upper lip and all that.
Don't worry, the smell is
Shall
getting
we?
to everyone.
Shall we continue? He takes his glasses out again once he's wiped his tears and puts them back
Aw.
on. Yes. Shall we continue?
Why are you Xing Nim?
I don't know. I'm just playing. I'm playing around with playing around with
It's all the ones.
just seeing what's happening.
I'm gonna be royally after if that's true. Yeah, we gotta make
Make it
that
a
a
joke.
thing. Sarcasm trait.
Yeah, it's, in this house we roll for our quips.
So who wants to venture true?
Well, I guess I might as well keep taking the lead, as I'm the only one in plate armor. So let's step on through this place, and oh, this is a big room, guys. Big room.
Oh boy.
Oh.
It's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yep. This is where shit gets real.
Oh,
Guys, Luthien swore. Trelin.
Language.
Language.
What is that?
Thanks, Iron
What
Man.
is that in the?
language.
Go on,
Is that
Sherry.
in the center there?
That's
Can't quite make it out.
As you
Yeah,
enter the room, and you've already decided to just run around and look at everything without any hesitation.
Yes, I'm just like over at the entrance, just like going like this.
Being the responsible one, yeah. Lottie's already gone crazy.
Am I the
like-
only one like terrified of this place? Why are y'all just like going around like crazy? What's
you
up here?
you enter a
happened
massive
yet?
room full of multiple murals at the corners of the wall. It's a massive place, and it's hard to like see from one end to the other, but you notice the room is full of carvings and paintings that cover the walls, and the pool of blood centers into the middle of the room, with a marble pedestal in the middle, and there's like not a mannequin but a stand for where the where a piece of armor could be mounted on, and on top of it is a giant suit of dark red crimson armor, just sitting in the room, just radiating like darkness and energy from its surface. As you enter the room, you all start to feel a dull sensation of a voice in the back of your head. It's not uttering specific words, but it is trying to call you and beckon you closer to. It feels like it's coming from the far end of the room, but the thing you notice most is the big suit of armor just sitting there in the middle of this massive room.
Let's see.
Does anyone else hear something weird?
It's not
You
right.
hear it too?
There's certainly.
Okay, so I'm not going crazy. Right.
Thought it was just me.
No,
What?
we're all hearing a very indescribable voice, for lack of a better word. Like you're trying to hear a whisper through a keyhole.
I think Yogg-Saron in
Like,
Oh, I know.
Like I
World of
He's a little
Warcraft.
Little. All right. So we've got a couple of things we can do here, I guess, guys. There's that big, ominous red, looks like breastplate in the center of this liquid well of blood, and we have the rest of the room to explore.
It looks like there might be a way over to the left.
I see stairs here.
All right.
Okay, so the pathway was stairs. Is it almost like a bridge or something to the north?
I'll go a little north
Why not
and
go and
find out.
find out? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks.
Does look like a
Oh, it
bridge.
does.
Well,
like a
it
bridge.
has to load.
Sorry.
Oh,
So yeah, it looks
Right,
like
what do we-
there's a
Everyone
bridge
proceeds to
going
abandon
over.
words, at which point he is stabbed in the back and dies. Don't worry, I'm just kidding. Wait for me.
What do we see on the mural?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
Thank
be
you
so
for-
far behind. You're our light, Luthien. Keep up.
Well, You're the ones that ran ahead. Okay, so you want to check out the murals. There are 1, 2, 3. There are 4 murals in the room. Do you want to look at them all, or any specific corner?
But if I do the bottom right and you, if I won't roleplay that. Yeah, if Alexander's interested in the one he initially sees, so he backtracks a bit.
Okay. So right, they're on the corners of the wall, except the bottom wall has 2 murals on each side of the doors. So as you look, as Alexander looks at the wall, he sees a picture of a large Hyuen male with fiery red hair flowing in all directions out from the edge of the picture, and he is clad in a massive suit of red armor, quite similar to what you see on the pedestal before you, and behind it is the simplistic like drawings of like people in helmets and holding swords and stuff, as if to like represent that there's like this massive army or something behind him, and that's what's on the mural. Teshi taking notes.
Place seems to be associated with perhaps a lord or a general of some kind.
I think that's our scene, or our Sinin, with the red hair.
Possibly.
So that looks like the Titan, or at least because he's drawn bigger than the other ones, correct? And the other people.
Absolutely, yeah. He like takes up like
Yeah,
70% of the image. Like,
yeah. So I think that would be the Titan.
Absolutely nothing can go wrong.
Well,
Goodness, and I thought my people were large.
well, I
Indeed.
mean, this is supposedly the final resting place of one of the creators of the planet we live on.
Yes.
But the tale spoke of a giant titan that consumed, like, was the size of the sky and destroyed the planet, not some sort of like warrior general with an army.
Hmm.
To be fair,
thing is a
things
myth.
are always exaggerated.
That is true. It looks like Nim is heading to the bottom left to check another mural.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the bottom
Okay.
left.
So as Nim checks the corner, he sees an image of what appears to be Hyuen's and Khisha. Like, they're just little stick figures with like cat ears on them. But you ascertain that that's probably the Khisha. And they're fighting against each other. Like on each side, the Khisha are clad in blue outlines of the paintings, and the Hyuens are in red. And in the middle, between the two of them, is a massive skull-shaped skull, like red skull, just like illuminating the center of the image.
So we have seems like this is depicting some type of battle, and the red skull might be either symbolizing death or perhaps some type of influence that's being wormed to both the Khisha and the Hyuen.
Seems like a good observation. Aeshi, oh, Lottie, oh.
I heard Khisha, so I'm going over to have a look.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they're not the most, let's say, flattering depiction, but
No.
yeah, we'll be all right.
How would the Khisha and the Hyuen be fighting, though?
Well, I mean, Lottie, this history tells us this was a long time ago, and I mean, longer than any of us combined have been alive.
Words does walk up behind you.
Supposedly, prior to the Paladin Order becoming a thing, the stories state that the Khisha, Trelin, and the Aeshi, we fought against the Hyuen.
Yeah, we weren't
Don't
always
entirely know why the war began. I've just always been told that was a thing.
I can answer that. I do know the history behind that. So basically, the Trelin, basically the Hyuens were so like violent and so abusive and just consumed with power that they were trying to claim like the entire continent for themselves, and they were just fighting everywhere and like causing destabilization amongst every nation. So basically all four nations banded together at the Dragon's Last Stand, which is just north of the old Hyuen capital, Brackengard. And it was tough, but they defeated them. They basically crippled their armies, and many people died. But after that defeat, there was no chance of them ever being able to like regain their sense of power. So some Hyuens came together with the other people and established the parliament to try and like fix their society and make things a little move on from what they were into something a little better. And that's also when the Paladin Order was formed. So Luthien does come up behind you while you're looking at this mural and does say that there's no record of any like direct conflict with the Khisha in the past. Outside of the conflict, direct conflict outside of like the war that occurred at the Dragon's Last Stand.
Well, that's good to know. Good. Good history there. It's not everything is well. Anyways,
the Khisha are protected behind a nice big wall, so they're able to keep themselves safe usually from conflict.
We will need to figure out though what say we still have 2 more murals, right? We found 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess let's go for a walk. Well, I mean, how else are we gonna get there?
Mm-hmm. So as Teshi and sorry, not Teshi. Where is Teshi? Teshi's
I'm
by
up by the bridge.
bridge.
still.
Okay, so Nim and Lottie walk past another mural, which shows an image of a female kind of shaped specter. There's no face in front of her, where her face should be. It's just like clad in darkness, and she is surrounded by cats. There's lots and lots and lots of cats, and in the middle, once again, is this ominous skull that seems to be central to many of the images that we're looking at.
Hmm.
I presume my little friend is taking photos of all these.
Oh yeah,
fascinating-
he's like click, 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 basically taking photographs of every single mural. This is like big history shit right here that is going to be like front page of the Trelin Direct for the next week.
Literally.
You can hear him squeak a little in excitement. Like, woohoo! Hee hee! Ha ha! What is this?
This one
Wahoo!
seems very different to the other
Mushroom
murals. It's not
Kingdom!
horror.
Indeed, that is very true, Lottie.
The
Weird
other
having
ones
it all up.
depicted like lots of fighting and things like this. This one just has a woman with cats. Well,
Mhm.
maybe a woman.
A spectre, it's just like it's like a
spectre.
hovering kind of ghost. Think like the Nazgul, that kind of thing.
Well, we've gotten 3. It seems like this skull presence is always acting is doing something.
So while you're looking at this, Luthien himself just kind of wanders over to the other one, and Lottie quickly follows pursuit because she's overly excited, and Teshi is finally
I
moved
just
away.
popped the chasm.
Yeah, so all 3 of us are now standing in front of the biggest mural in the room, and it shows what appears to be all the 5 races: the Hyuen, the Khisha, the Trelin, the Aeshi, and the Urdon, standing around the red skull. The sky, there's a like representation of the sky in the background. It's just full of like yellow stars, and the ground beneath their feet is full of blood.
Hmm.
I was going to say this one seems nice, but not so much anymore.
Yeah,
No,
like oh, it's great right up until the ending. We had us in the first half.
So what if actually the red skull is supposed to represent the Titan?
no idea.
Well, I mean, there's been historically, there's been different theologians depict Arsene or Arsenian as very in very different ways. Sometimes there's the story of course destroying the world, but ultimately being remade. So you can have the aspect of the destroyer and the aspect of the creator, and depending on how you want to, depending on which sect of humans want to follow what deity, you end up having some that focus on destruction, some that focus on, think of it like a wildfire, right? Like we're not mad at the fire happens, but it ultimately leads way to new growth. So depending on which side that you focus on, it could be any number of things.
Different people tend to interpret like the same things in different ways.
Yes.
Good. I do a history check to see if his symbology is familiar to
Anything?
I guess, yeah, like do I
As I
recognize
said,
any
if you're a history
symbology?
buff, you would like just understand what the symbology was if you looked at it.
Okay.
If that makes sense. No, I'm saying you still have to do the check, but I'm saying like what I'm guessing you're trying to say is like you want to see if it is familiar to anything that is known in history. Correct. Yep. You want a roll for that?
I
That would
just
be
roll, but I'm just seeing.
that would be a wisdom roll.
Oh, okay. So that is 15.
Okay, that's not bad. So what are you? What specifically are you looking at here? The murals, the
Any discrepancies? So I know we've mentioned a possible few. Any discrepancies between common knowledge of the Titan and what the
Okay.
murals actually depict?
Okay, so as you look at the images, you try to ascertain if there's any sort of like common imagery that pops out and may shed some light on like what could this possibly represent on a deeper level. And while the skull does not appear to have any correlation, you do notice a symbol on the mural that correlates very similarly to the old flag of the Hyuen kingdom, which was like a dark red sunset on a red ground. The Paladin Order has like a bright blue sunrise or bright blue day sky on an orange ground, but the old banner of the Hyuen people was a dark red sunset, and you do notice this symbol kind of like is shown in a small, just very like minor capacity on the edges of the murals.
Mimicry. Please do humor me, but could you take your hand and touch this symbol here?
All right, I'll walk on over to you and grab a touch there. You talking about the big ominous looking red skull?
No, this smaller symbol here. I believe it represents an a flag of the old kingdom. Your
Right.
people, also say of the past.
All right, well let's reach out and put my hand on that.
So as you touch that, you hear a rattling noise over by the armor, and
Okay.
it starts lifting itself up off the pedestal and moving across the pool of blood before falling at Luthien's feet.
Oh goodness!
I had an
Luthian?
arrow ready to shoot
Yeah,
something.
I'm already moving away. Don't worry, guys. Like,
Like-
I'm back here in the corner. Actually, no, this corner looks safer.
All right.
Even though it fell down, I'm gonna continue just pointing this arrow at it.
All right. Luthien, without touching it, you know, if you're a fairly well-read individual, can you notice any markings? Anything historical?
The front of, haven't got to see it like bounce or jump right in front of my face. I do notice that the same symbol, the old Brackengard flag, the Hyuen nation, is embedded on the front of the plate in like a prominent, like kind of part of the shape of the armor even.
Okay, so it's crafted with having the symbol
with
in
this
the metal.
very specific symbol intended to be on the armor. Yes.
All right.
Almost as if it's trying to like show that's like that this is the force that is coming towards you, kind of thing. Like whoever would have worn this would really want to intimidate someone.
All right, it's a uniform. Okay, so we've got the Brackengard symbol there, and the old symbol on the wall was the same Brackengard symbol.
Yep, it was the dark orange sky sunset and the land underneath, just dark and red.
All right, what I wanna try to do is I want to try to grab that breastplate and touch the two symbols together.
Okay.
See if that does anything.
Okay. You're gonna pick it up? Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna have to pick it up.
Get a little closer.
I'm
Sure, that's wise.
yeah. Well, I think I'm in.
Do you want to use the spare blanket just in case?
No, I'm gonna grab it.
He's just gonna grab it. Okay. So as you pick,
I've got
He's a
armored
tank, he
hands.
got this. He can
I've
just
got
grab
armored
it.
hands.
as you pick up
hands.
this, as you pick up this piece of armor, you feel a sense of like anger and rage just immediately start to take over you. Your entire mind is just thoughts are just clouded in red.
Right.
and it just consumes every single thought that you have, like even if as you try to focus on something positive or good, this just like you cannot think about anything else.
Well, I can. It's not. I can drop it.
You can drop it, yeah, but
All right. I'm gonna drop it.
okay.
Oh,
As you
okay.
drop it, the sensation of anger and hatred and rage subsides completely.
All right, guys. So that's a thing. Picking that up really increased my desire to murder. Just a lot of murder, like a lot of things murdered. I'm not gonna pick that one up again. At least not I. At
As
least
you
I'm
say
not.
that, I move away.
Yeah,
That's fine.
That's what I did.
Fine. We're not. I here. It's just that you want to talk about that. We walked in here. You felt that little thing. That thing whisper in the back of your mind. And when you pick that up, it's not a whisper anymore. It's definitely not a whisper. More like a scream.
Go near that.
So we'll just back a little bit there. I mean,
All
I'm fine.
back away.
I'm fine. It's not a big deal. It's just that something there is dangerous.
Indeed.
Shall I huck it into the corner of the room?
This may be a weird idea. But the armor fell in front of Luthien. React to it.
I'm running right out of here. Bye bye.
Like, it specifically went straight to you and fell down. What if it was reacting to the book and going to the book?
Okay.
Oh.
Like,
So what are you suggesting? I'm not putting that on.
no, don't put it on. But like,
It would ruin the.
Open for us with being next to the armor, and it could give us a clue. I don't know. I'm just throwing something.
We
out
haven't
here.
used the book in a while. That is true.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, the book is what led us to even coming here to begin with.
Okay.
Well, that's something. Yeah, something about Fields of Red.
And like, Nim is human.
So
Well, he's human.
what do you propose?
And, like, I don't know. Maybe Nim has to open the book.
I can try to open the book. I definitely don't want to pick up that breastplate again.
No, don't
That's
touch
not
the
a-
armor. I'm hoping the book can give us some clue.
I
Yeah.
hand the book to
Bias.
Nim.
All right, thank
I hand the
you.
book to Nim and allow. Oh, we'll need the twos.
What will we need?
We'll need the dragon twos, Teshi, to open the book.
Oh, yes. Here you go.
All
The
right.
famous,
And the dragon
famous
tooth open.
book you mentioned at the tavern. This will be
The quest log.
lightning.
All right.
Yes.
I guess
Stand
we'll
back.
just
It's known to
slowly-
explode.
use the tooth to open
Really?
the book,
Yeah.
and
Are you opening it then? My goodness.
It's only
As
if we
Nim-
smack it with something. If we use a dragon's tooth, it's not as bad.
It's,
Alright,
as
so
long as you're gentle. It's like a lover. You have to be gentle and caress it slowly, and then it will. No, I'm not going to finish that metaphor.
Yes,
you
please
get
don't.
Luthien, could you stand in the corner well away from me? I mean us, of course.
I was tempted to leave the room.
See,
That,
I was
book,
advised
book,
to step
book
back.
has
Okay.
been opened.
I'm
as
going
you
to stay
open the
here
book,
because I'm the one that was thrown backwards from the book before, so I'm used to what it does.
so as you open the book, you look at the line of text that was there before that explained what you were supposed to be doing. I don't have the line of dialogue on me right now. Does anyone remember the exact words?
Hold up. It was something about Titan. Defend the weak and forgotten, and you'll find the Titan at your back.
There we go. So the text that was once colored in bright gold letters has dimmed a little. It's now black on the page, and underneath it, another line has appeared, and it says, "The Titan is at your back, but the people are still not safe."
Okay. I'm glad the Titan's at my back. The people aren't safe. You guys are not taking any damage or anything.
Nope.
So I mean, yeah, that's technically
Almost
safe.
seems like the book is cooperating a little more.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. We should probably explore the rest of this room, I think.
Yep. That sounds like a
We're
good
away
idea.
from that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that thing a wide berth. Head up into the top of this area real quick. All
Well,
right,
at
so
least the
that
book came in handy.
yeah. Oh, there's a pathway up north. It seems like.
As you go further north, you do see that the path of blood. There's some markings on the on the steps as you go up, where the somehow the pool of blood is managing to push itself up the steps. It's indented, but it's still like at an angle, and it
Aeshi.
goes through the doors in the very end of the room.
I was gonna assume I didn't know if you
Seeing
went up.
if
I
there
didn't
was
know
a
if you.
door or something on the one end of the bridge, because the other end of the bridge apparently is the steps.
Yeah, I was gonna say if that was if you were up there, I was gonna say I assumed you went up the steps. Is like, is there any? Do you notice anything up there?
No, for some reason it's just empty on the other side of the bridge. It's like they built a bridge to literally just a wall.
Try moving a little
There's a mirror
further
here.
to the east, Teshi.
Oh, maybe it's just not loading? Okay,
There-
never mind. There
There you
was
go.
doorway with a giant room. I apparently was just a little blind. There's too much darkness.
All right. Well,
So
we can check out.
Teshi walks into the room and she sees what appears to be like a sleeping, like a massive sleeping area, like a residential place for people to sit down and sleep and hang out and do basically all their life kind of stuff. Most of the furniture seems to be broken and just in pieces, what little is left. And there's multiple dents in the wall, strange circular dents, but in the corner of the room is a bright glowing blue object. Circular. It's like a sphere.
Okay. I mean, I guess we can
Oh,
explore that.
okay, y'all, maybe come over here. There's something weirdly glowing, and I guess if we wanted to sit down and rest our legs for a quick second, they might not be comfortable, but it's something.
There he is. I couldn't find Alexander. For someone so big, you're easy to lose.
All right. So is
You've got the step.
that
How's
I
that
was gonna say
crafting coming along, by the way?
I'm sorry.
Oh, the
Chewy.
crafting. Yes.
Yeah.
Good point. So what was it?
I'd
It was
say
the power glove.
I would say
you
at this
said
point,
it'd be an hour.
yeah. So I'd say we're definitely hitting that point.
It's probably at the hour.
So I'm not sure this is every time, but I've finished tinkering with my latest contraption. I couldn't take measurements for any of your wrists, but I think this would be easily adjustable for any of you to wear, really.
Cool.
Yes, good, if I may say so myself. Yes.
Who would like to
Don't want
take
to
it?
try?
I guess I can
I
slip the power
vote
glove
Nim.
on. I'll slip it on.
Please do. And there you go.
There you go. You do have to take them on and off before combat, just FYI, because you can't carry a weapon while you're holding this.
Oh,
Hmm. Sheath.
Because
The weapon.
they're so bulky, and
That's fine.
I wouldn't put them on unless you actually plan on using them.
All right. Well, okay. I can. Now that I have this, I can stow that in a belt pouch.
Yeah,
Just
it's got to be a
you know.
pretty big belt pouch.
well,
Stand walls.
Hang them on a string from the side of your hip, I would say.
okay. I'm sure we can do something like that.
Lottie. I remember the spelling. Teshi Boops. Okay. Anyone want to explore the room and?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got that big glowing blue orb that Tashi was like, "Hey, big glowing blue orb."
Lottie's gone straight for it.
Yeah.
It's shiny,
she is
so
cat. She just went, oh, light.
That's a
ooh,
good
shiny."
thing. You want to grab it?
exactly.
You want to grab it, Lottie?
I am approaching it.
Okay.
If nobody stops me, I'm gonna touch it.
Go wild.
Part of me wants to say stop, but then part of me is like, we haven't run into a trap so far. But then I'm like, that laxness in caution may lead to bad.
Indeed.
I'm
We
reaching
just
out
noticed.
finger.
I don't. Oh goodness.
Well, no one's stopping me, so I'm going to just.
Let's hold on for a second. Where exactly is this orb? Is it
It's
floating?
just-
Is it on the wall? Is it on the ground?
It's basically like sitting in like what appears to just be like a little box. There's actually like a few little worn objects around them that just kind of look like toys, like a worn down wooden horse and a fake toy sword, that kind of thing.
The last
Well,
object
if
you
it's-
touched almost got someone murdered. Well, at least with intent.
Well, that's
don't
why
think-
I'm not picking it up.
This
Here,
one's shiny
Lottie,
though.
before you touch it, at least put this blanket around your hand.
Can we take your
Okay,
weapons
I'll
away?
touch it
Just
and wrap it
I don't
up.
think Lottie has a weapon.
That's
I
pretty
have a
smart.
stick with yarn on it.
There's a stick with
she
yarn.
has,
So
she has yarn.
as you pick it up, you notice that it is actually made of yarn itself. It is just a
Oh.
simple ball of yarn, but it's got a bright glowing. Why do I keep saying? A bright glowing blue aura to it that like radiates in your hand.
That's funny.
As you pick it up, it does start vibrating slightly in your hand.
Oh.
Yeah, basically what Shiri did just there.
This is kind of shaking.
Yeah, it's kind of shaky, and the more you move it, the more it shakes.
Is it?
Oh.
Is it going to
Yarn
blow?
that's shaking?
I don't know. It's very shaky.
Quick,
Maybe
hackers!
put it down.
Gently put it back.
Okay, so as you try to put it down on the ground, even as gently as you do, it proceeds to bounce off the floor, and then starts bouncing more and more and more as you as it gains momentum. It just keeps increasing momentum, just smashing off the wall and just hitting everything in its vicinity. I would need everyone to do a dexterity check to avoid this.
Oh no.
Oh
Alright.
shit!
Cool, with my
Goodness
plus
gracious.
20
7.
dex.
7 plus
7, oof.
plus 0.
Oh no. 12.
It's my thing.
Okay,
Oh
go on.
no. Hold on. I need to figure out my modifier.
So with
Does it
my
even matter
mod,
that if you're
I have
like
a 20.
okay, 20? Wow,
With my mod, it's 17.
3.
Still.
Okay.
Still just
Am I the
So-
only one that dodges this?
I got a
Apparently
3.
so.
So I
Plus
just made
5, so I'm 8.
just
14.
Whoa.
14, so we're good.
My one is 8 with one.
-1.
Okay,
Wait, where's
oof.
Ah!
That's 13.
I matrix
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
while
but you
y'all
-1
get
because I got
back.
8 decks.
Oh, yeah, okay, so 12. Okay,
Oh, yeah, because,
so
yeah.
Teshi basically does her best Neo impression, and she swerves and flips and dodges across the room as the ball starts bouncing around the place. It hits everyone, inflicting 2 points of damage on their HP, except Teshi
Dear God!
and
Oh!
no, and you were just high enough to Shira, you were just high enough to dodge it. Well, you didn't really dodge it so much as you're so large that it just kind of bounces off you, I guess. You just raise a hand and it goes, "Phew," yeah. And everyone takes 2 points of damage, but it does eventually settle down on the ground after a bit of movement and just kind of sits there.
Oh goodness. Please don't go touching things again so carelessly.
Ow.
Are
Aw.
y'all okay?
Yarn doesn't normally do that.
Yeah, I've never seen yarn bounce around, especially after vibrating like that.
Yarn, that was a
I
ball
put it down
of
gently.
death.
You do notice the box. You
You
do
did.
notice on the box that's like where all the toys and stuff were held is the name Betty. It's just
Oh, Black Betty, bam, bam.
whoa, Black Betty, Bamalam. That's the only thing that stands out. The name, like, very faded from time, but otherwise, that's all you see. I think we're going to go from, if Newman's here, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour at most, because I know you guys are limited for time. Just
Everyone,
so you know,
run through
'cause-
and get into combat.
No.
Whoa, blades! Whoa, arrows! Duck.
Just letting you know, we're Nim, can you hear us? Is Nim
Yeah,
back?
I'm back. I'm back.
We're aiming for maybe half an hour at
Only
most.
damage anyone
So
has sustained this entire episode has been from a ball of yarn. I
yeah.
just want that to be known. We haven't been in a battle. No, we
If
got
that-
injured by yarn. Yarn.
Look, if
Well,
that
Nim-
counts as
Nim
me
took
not
emotional
keeping,
damage.
if that counts as me not keeping the people safe, I am gonna be so goddamn pissed off because
You
yarn.
are failing at your duty. Bad Pally.
It's
Bad.
goddamn yarn. Like I have a sword. I'm gonna do what
Where's
Alexander
your
the Great
cover
did.
skill, huh?
What did Alexander the Great do?
The Gordian knot. They told him if you could untie it, you would conquer all Asia. He spent 3 days trying to figure out the knot. Decided to cut it in half with a sword and conquered Asia. Like we're just, we're done.
That
We're
is
done
a
here.
smart
Like,
man. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Smart.
done here.
Although if he was a smart man, he wouldn't have spent 3 days trying to untie a knot.
Well, you know, prophecies and things like that. It's much
Yeah.
easier to pacify
You
a
know, the
population.
mules. Mules of Alexander the Great, you know, they embellish
Mm-hmm.
him. He's meant to be a titan, but he's only like really tall.
Hey, we
mean,
have our
also-
own Alexander the Great right here.
Flattery.
No.
Okay, I can see.
Vogue. Yeah. Anyway, that there's nothing of any description in the room besides that overly elaborate blue ball. Are we going to leave it here or what?
Maybe it doesn't bounce
We
so
pick
much
it
in the
up again,
box.
it might just start bouncing again.
What if we put it? Does the box have a lid?
What box?
The
Well,
Betty
we-
box.
The box that it's in.
But then we'd have to carry the box.
Is it a big box?
It's enough. It's like a chest of toys.
Okay, screw it.
Oh.
Here. We just take this leftover blanket then, wrap it up, and tie it.
I can
Now
put
we've
it
got
in
a
my
s-
backpack.
really
It can't bounce
need-
in there.
Now we've got a super dangerous slingshot.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Break
Yeah.
something in there.
First, some armor floats and tries to get someone to murder everyone, and now a ball hits us, almost all of us, in the face. Is this really wise to keep touching random objects?
Well,
Let's find
nobody
out.
murdered anyone.
This
Not
is why
yes,
I
I
tell people
mean-
to wait.
It
I've
was
heard too many
glowing.
stories from too many adventurers. I trust nothing.
But light is a good thing, and it was making light, and so
No, Lottie, sometimes light is going, pick me up so I can kill you.
I'm gonna roll
Yeah.
for Hoary Boulder check. 18.
Good thing we're all FF14 players here, so we actually know that joke.
18. That's what we're doing. We're doing.
We're just making up
doing our
new
best
stats as we
Hoary
go. Hoary Boulder stats.
Yeah. That was an 8, so I just had to like
That invigorates everybody.
I don't think I've got that far, unless I just can't remember it.
You have met Hoary Boulder. How could you forget someone with the name Hoary Boulder?
Oh, the
Right.
character! Oh, I know.
Yeah.
He's
that.
an
yeah,
aura, yeah. And he just like
he's like the one of like
Yeah,
3 crystal
he's
blades.
in the big armor, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
the only ones that got character development, and it was all removed when they cut down the quests anyway. So
Oh,
It's
anyway, I'm not gonna go into it.
it's
He
all
does have some other
optional
stuff.
content now. But Lottie, are you just gonna sit around in the room, or are you gonna?
are we leaving the yarn?
No, we took
I
this.
mean, you can take
No,
yarn.
I
I can't.
told you. I
That
handed you
sheep.
the blanket to wrap it up in
Oh,
it.
okay. It was okay. Okay. I didn't know
Just
if we did that.
just don't get on your knees and play with us, like, or on your back and play with us. And
Just,
I have
just
my
keep
poison
it
one
in
for
the
that.
blanket and then put it into the backpack. That way, at least it's kind of secure before it goes in
Cushioned.
with other stuff.
Tombs. Ancient
Also,
evil
just
places.
another
door?
All of yarn.
you will have an
There's
opportunity to
another-
explore.
Y'all, there's another door next to these steps.
Is there?
That room,
Yes.
that room is actually completely abandoned. There's nothing in there.
Okay.
It's just you
never
could have knocked it
mind.
down, but for the sake of time, it's just a completely abandoned, empty room.
All right. Well, I guess
Okay.
let's head through the next area.
Up the steps we
Oh,
go.
this place is big. Lots of big.
That's what she said.
Well,
That's-
have had that
Well,
I
comment
thought I was the
too.
one that was most supposed to make the inappropriate sexual
God.
jokes that
My
everybody.
goodness.
I have had that comment.
You okay there?
Fortunes! The amount of money that could make!
If those who don't know what he's
I'm sorry.
talking about, look further up to the north.
Yeah, there's a giant gem. But y'all, maybe we don't move
Whoa.
forward because does anyone else see
Oh!
suits of armor? Don't
All right,
move,
draw sword.
please. I'm begging you.
Draw
What
sword.
was that? I can't hear you. There's a giant gem over there.
Alex, no death for you today.
And me, oh, hello, excuse me.
As you enter the room and look around, your thoughts are clear and focused. At first, was the voice that you were hearing earlier has now suddenly started to like scream really loudly, and it is telling you
Oh.
to come towards it, and it keeps pulling to your head, calling you to come
Ah.
closer. And you try to resist it, but unless you can do a high enough wisdom check, you will not be able to resist this voice.
Oh, you can't?
Ah!
You cannot resist this voice. It is so strong and so pervasive that it
Okay,
is
so
just
it's-
pulling you towards
No!
it. Unless
All right.
you're powerful enough to resist its urge.
I'll roll.
Nope, no.
Because
no.
wisdom is,
Nope,
you know,
my roll was...
Tell me.
nat 20
Okay.
plus
Wow,
5.
Nim,
Wow.
Jesus.
Like, no!
On
I'm
his
here to help these
sticks.
people.
Sticks.
Okay. Lottie, Teshi?
Mine is-
Sorry, I wanted to see if I had anything extra against any
Oh.
weirdness to the
Good-looking
mind
gem model,
first
by the way.
before I did a
You
roll.
can't even act as long as this voice is controlling you. It is basically just demanding you come towards it.
I
Is that a
rolled a
six?
6.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
6 plus 1,
Nice.
it's a 7, so.
I'm okay. I roll another
17.
17.
Oh,
Are you
you've been
okay though?
good
Is that
rolls
high
today.
enough?
I don't know. Well, it's
Okay.
17 plus plus
So
2.
Teshi, Lottie, myself, I rolled as 5. End up being pushed closer and closer to it. As we move by, we notice two large.
I get a 19 and I get closer. What?
Sorry, Lottie, me, and Chiri are pushed towards us, unable to resist its call. You guys are able to hold back, but as we walk by, we do see two giant. They're almost metallic in construction. They're not quite robotic, but they do have the physical shape of an automaton. The faces are shaped like skulls, and they both possess two massive swords. They're about 14 feet in height, like at least double the height of a very tall human. But they do not appear to be moving. They appear to just be standing there.
Nim, you try to grab Alex, and I'm gonna try to grab Lottie and Luthien, okay?
Yeah, let's go. See we can see we can help him shake it off.
So I jump over to Luthien and Lottie and just like grab onto the back of their clothes.
In order to stop us, you're going to have to do a strength check.
All right, I'll roll.
Disgusting.
Is that a contest words? Is that?
Oh, that's no.
Is that
You won.
D5e?
You won. If even if it was a contest, you won.
What
I
was
got
it?
2.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
Not that time.
Oh.
Oh,
The
is
dice
this a-
said no to me this time.
This is the show of bad rolls, isn't it?
I
Well,
think I
we're
start
getting there.
getting dragged with the roll that I just did.
I was going to.
Just like
what
you're
was-
just like
I got a
lying
2.
down on the floor
You
every
got to-
time
okay,
I take
yeah.
a step. You're like,
That is so bad that even Luthien, in his
no,
feeble old state,
This is what makes it worse.
uh,
My strength is only a 9, so I got a -1 modifier, so I actually only have a 1.
okay, so you just get dragged along with words as he starts moving closer and closer towards the statue, and the voice proceeds to
This
be.
isn't fun, so I just let go.
The voice proceeds to beat in your head again, trying to call you towards it. And you need to do another wisdom check in order to resist it again.
All right, so let's see what we got here. Ooh, not that time.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah.
Even worse.
Oh yeah. Did
worse,
Nim
actually.
8.
successful hold back
No,
Alex? or
no, I got a 2. I got a 2 plus
Okay.
mods. Like no.
I got like a 5.
Am I safe?
Alexander is so big that Nim is unable to hold back his forceful movement towards the gem.
Yeah, I'd have to roll real high.
I got a 13 now
You
with
got
my
a
mods.
13. And what's your wisdom?
Well, with my mods, it's 13.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is not enough to hold the voice back, and as a result, everybody is pushed towards the gem, and they can hear the voice speaking to them. Why is it above everything else? Oop, nope, don't move the gem. And you just hear the voice just beating in your head, telling you to reach out and touch it. Do one more wisdom check.
15.
And we literally can't think or do anything.
No. Unless you succeed your wisdom check. Then you can take action.
They do, so that's a 3 plus my modifiers. I'm not smart.
Okay. We have 16 now.
Okay,
Did
16.
I go back
Good
to
stuff.
resisting it? Seeing
Cheery,
as how
what
I'm
did
over
you-
15?
Alexander, what did you get?
Hitting modifiers, it's 15.
15.
Same.
Okay, that's not bad. So you I got a roll.
Pick a one. You jump and hug the gem.
Got a 4.
Literally, literally is
So,
like
Lottie and me. So that was everyone except me and Lottie succeeded. So Lottie and I proceed to move our hands onto the gem and disintegrate into nothing. We completely we have. Well, it appears that we've disintegrated into nothing. Nothing appears to remain of us. We just seem to have just evaporated out of existence.
Well, there's something you know.
God!
DM. You said we weren't going to die or anything.
I'm not going to just immediately kill you. Obviously, there's more going on here. But to your visage, to what you can see, we have just disappeared and are no longer present within these surroundings.
Well, that's not something you see every day.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that today. What do you do?
I have a question.
I'm going to hope for the best and detect sense to see if I can sense them around. Even though I don't think that's how detect sense works.
Explain that ability to me again.
We literally just have it listed as that I can detect sense.
Yeah,
within
it literally just means
texture.
you can detect essence.
But
The
like,
existence of
I don't know if I would be able to detect like someone else's like essence.
any
ability.
essence essentially can be
I would
like
be able to sense other people.
unless they're like devoid of essence,
Without
like
range.
dead essentially.
Yeah.
You had a question though, Chiri.
I know it was mentioned in the previous session that as we arrived on our big loyal dogs, I heard a voice. Is this one same or similar to the voice I heard?
It's exactly the same voice that you heard outside the temple, and it's now proceeding to invest the voices of everybody in the room. Well, besides your now evaporated companions.
Dead. They done dead.
What do you want to do?
This place is weird as all living heck. I want to hope they are fine. So let's see if they're within a little bit of us, because like if
Okay.
they just teleported somewhere near us, I should be able to sense
Teleported?
them.
Okay, so this doesn't
Kind of
require
optimism, but this is
doesn't re-
ridiculous.
this doesn't
I was gonna
require
say,
a roll.
Since it's one of my traits, like my movement, I need to roll for it.
You don't need to roll for it. So you feel signatures like Miros is coming from inside the gem, and in Lottie's case you feel a lot of Asmer, and because that's the sense that she is attuned to physically as just intrinsically, and it appears to be inside the gem. The gem itself is emanating nothing but kinesis, raw, just kinesis. Oh yeah, also this is shaped like a skull. This was the skull you saw in the images. It's just it's a gemstone of some kind, like looks like garnet or whatever, but it's shaped in the style of a skull, exactly the same as the one that you saw in the murals.
So you, Teshi, you feel people coming from there? Like you feel some type of...
I can sense the Miros and Kinesis from both Luthien and Lottie. Like
Lottie's like, I'm dead.
weird, like they're inside the gem, I think. But then I also
we need to
don't
leave.
know. Wait. The mural. It showed the gem in between all of the races. Wait,
The
what's happening with
Trelin-
our Trelin buddy?
Yeah,
I
the
was just
Trelin
gonna
body
say,
is
like-
not affected. Does not appear to be affected by this.
I was just gonna say, like, wait, Luthien just disappeared. Where the heck is our Trelin buddy?
The Trelin, for whatever, we don't understand why he doesn't appear to be impacted by the force of the gem.
Well, if it shows the gem in between all of us, we could all take up different positions around the
Yeah,
gem.
because I was just thinking, what if it needed all of us to touch it? But then at the same time, like, I don't trust that. But, like, it's either we try to smack the stone and see if they come back up, or we all touch it, because we're all different races, and it showed 5 surrounding the gem.
I think... Oh, gosh, I can't believe I'm suggesting this. Oh my goodness, should try and see what it's made of.
So you have to touch it.
If anyone... I know, but... did you not feel that compulsion? We can't stay here.
What if you disappear the instant you touch it? Like, you won't be able to give us any information.
Oh, I you should leave, surely, but your companions. I can't. Oh, I've come too far. No. Oh. 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 By the gods! And he just slams his hand onto the gem.
Oh wow, okay. Didn't see that coming. So poor Teshi.
I tried.
The
Also
Alexander
doing the special
proceeds
thing, by the
to
way.
slam his hand onto the stone, shakes and reverberates for like a second, and then he proceeds to disappear. And now you can feel his essence inside the gem as well.
Well, they're not dead because I can feel their essence. But, like, I don't know if they're okay. Like, do we... Nim, are we just going to say fuck it and just jump on it and hope for the best? Because,
Well, we still have the option of smashing the gem, but I don't know if that's gonna...
see, I'm just afraid that if we smash the gem, we might indirectly kill them.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to
I mean,
smash
we
it.
are inside it, Nim. Don't.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I was saying, like,
sometimes if you destroy something, the being inside of it gets released.
Yeah, that's what
But,
I... Yeah,
like, in this case, it may be one of the scenarios where it kills us.
it's not a phylactery, but yeah, I mean, I guess we can try various things. Don't really know where to go from here, to be quite honest. We're down 3.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
We can't
Well-
go on without the
Yeah, well,
book.
Yeah, we do need the
You
quest
have
log.
the book. Or no, does Nim still have the book?
Nim
Did you
still
have to
has the
give-
book
okay.
technically.
Oh,
I was
I
gonna
can't-
say, did you? If you.
Oh, I
never
did
gave
I never
back
actually
to
did give it
Lucian-
back.
Yeah.
Did actually never give it back. I'm gonna open the
You
book.
have-
I'm gonna open the book and see if I can have anything from here.
Yeah, because you still have the dragon tooth.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, I still have
You
both of those.
do.
So let's open that
I'm
book
going to
and just
stand
you know.
next to you so that like I can look over your shoulder while you open it.
All right. So let's apply very very carefully.
The book slowly opens and crackles under your hands, and the same piece of text is still there that was there before, but just underneath it as well is a tiny message, basically saying, "Protect your friends."
All right. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna close this bad boy up now. Once you've seen this, Tesh.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna close this gently. Thanks, book. I really appreciate the enlightenment you gave me.
Sounds like the book is telling us to dive face first into mystery.
All right.
So no matter how much I don't trust this, if they're alive and we can get to them, then let's get to them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's the plan. And I'm going to I'm look at this like, okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say count of 3, wham!
Okay,
Yeah.
As you push your hand down on the book or on the gem, Teshi, you proceed to evaporate into nothing. As Nimmerkri
throw up a peace sign.
As Nimmerkri puts his hand on it, he is pushed back from the stone, from the gemstone, does not disappear, and he is left alone in this dark room alongside the Trelin, who is like just hopping around trying to figure out what the hell is going on, still taking photos because he's just that eager to get the news. But Nim, for some reason, has not evaporated alongside everybody else.
Okay, so I did I actually make contact with the gem?
You did,
or was I
and
pushed
it
back?
immediately forced you back.
Player to player, put down the book.
Yeah, I'm gonna set the book down next to the gym. All right. Okay, I gotta figure this out. So there's nobody around to murder. What if I grab the armor?
You could murder the Trelin, though.
I think I'm not gonna murder the Trelin. I'm not gonna murder the Trelin.
He's just so confident that he's
You
not
are
gonna
a
touch the Trelin.
monster, Aeshi. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not gonna murder the Trelin.
I'm just saying there is still another being that he has the possibility of wanting to murder if he puts on this armor.
Journalists have special exceptions in war zones. You're not supposed to hurt them.
Yeah, I can't harm the journalist.
Okay.
But I mean
Even
that's
if they deserve it.
Well, I mean, listen, Breitbart notwithstanding, Daily Mail notwithstanding, Telegraph notwithstanding, we can.
That's a very short list.
I can keep going.
No, we're good. We're good.
Kotaku.
But anyways, and I don't think they're journalists. I think they're anyways. So we have so I have let's see, the only things that I can see is we've got this gem that I can touch, but it always pushes me back. I'm wondering if it's putting kinesis. Is there some way I could like use my kinesis to try to interface with it?
You can try. I don't know what will happen.
Yeah, because obviously if it's putting out kinesis,
or you don't know
like
what will happen.
Yeah, I don't know what'll happen. But like I said, like it's putting out kinesis, like the rest of my like the barrier at the beginning.
The barrier.
Yeah. I had to get through. I had to get through, and it took a force of will to get us in here. And the Paladin quest line is like, look, force of will. I gotta protect you guys. Like that's the plan. And how do you demonstrate strength? You do strong things.
Okay.
So,
Do
not
the
so-
impossible.
all right, let's see what we got here. So I'm gonna try
Force
to.
of will punch.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like force will figure out like yield
strength
to
check?
me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
Force
command.
of will weaken.
Oh god, that's a 15
Okay.
plus 2, 17.
Okay. Good job, because that was going to be the break point for that was actually 16. But good job.
Oh.
So, as you put your hand down on the gem, it radiates, tries to repel you, like it doesn't want you in here. It just does not want this Hyuen inside with this force. But you hold your hand down on it as long as you can. Feel free to act this out.
Okay.
When all else fails, smack it.
Yeah. It's like a computer, just whack it harder.
Yeah.
Okay. As you
You can just hear Teshlin's voice. Justice strike.
How the paladins compel you!
as your hand pushes harder and harder into it, your fingers start to burn, but you do eventually just proceed to evaporate. And as you do so, the room is shrouded in darkness and everything goes black. And that is where we're going to that is where we're going to end the episode for this evening.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right. So we're all in a.
Honey, why?
That's
Poor
not.
Trelin just left.
The Neverending Quest Log is a talk show, podcast, and video series focused on discussing the latest RPG news and revisiting the classics with a bit of a tabletop RPG twist. You can catch us live over on Twitch, or you can check us out on YouTube and every major podcast platform. If you enjoy what we're creating here, please consider supporting us over on Ko-fi. You can find us on all these platforms just by searching for No Word Count or the Neverending Quest Log. Take care of yourselves. Stay beautiful.